Apsara, you were someone who was, handpicked by Jayalalitha to enter politics and thereby ensure that, you end that stereotypes and give opportunities to transgenders, put them on the same platform. Do you think it takes one woman to lift another up?
Absolutely, to kind of use the phrase break the glass ceiling. I think when women break the glass ceiling, we shouldn't fix it back on. I think we need to kind of empower other women to, empower them to come to seats of power, to positions of power, and give them opportunity. I think a lot of times women enter a certain sphere, a certain seat, a certain circle of power, and they forget that there's an entire sisterhood out there that needs that upliftment. So it's important, especially for me, when I discuss gender issues and gender justice, for me it's very important that we find meaningful places for transgender women, not just at really tokenistic photo op kind of moments, but also at the block, district, panchayat, and state level, because only then, in their rural areas, in their setting, can they come up and be a part of politics.
Ms. Thamizhachi, what do you think helps? If we see women in politics, what change can you bring about for other women who want to enter the political fray?
Just to sensitize them, especially as my friend Kushbu has stated. See, when we talk about opportunities, there's a certain difference when you talk from a privileged class. Because India has this peculiar problem of caste. The European countries have this division as, like race and rich people, poor people, or religion. But the peculiar cure and the worst problem we have is caste. So when we speak in a privileged position like women can achieve anything or we are on par with men, we have to be very careful who speaks and on which platform she's standing and which is given the right or the privilege to speak. So when we come to that, we have to sensitize the not so privileged class of women to give them a boost of self-confidence. I come from a rural background. I come from my native places in the southern part of Tamil Nadu, which is a typical village, Mallanginaru. It is a dry, arid soil. Most of the time it depends upon the rains for a rich agricultural outcome. When I come from such rural background, I get my strength from those Karisakattu women, from those rural women who brace themselves upon the difficulties life poses on them. So most of their husbands are drunkards. Most of the women need to support their family as lone working women. Despite all these, I can see brave Karasalkattu women. My paternal grandmother, my aunts, my chinnamas, my ammatas, my appatas, they taught me self-respect even though they're not graduates. Most of them wouldn't have even stepped on the footsteps of any school at all. So what has given them that confidence? So self-respect movement, I always look up to women who are the pioneers of the self-respect movement. Movalu Ramamridam Ammayar, Vaisu Manjula, Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, who have sensitized the underprivileged women who come from the lower strata of society of the oppressed classes that you can achieve. So empowerment needs to be started from that startup society. Because even see, rapes happen throughout. You know the statistics, every other second, how many women are being subjected to sexual assaults. But when a scheduled caste woman is being subjected to that, it's a different story. It has its own political connotations in that. So it has other aspects, perspectives, when it has been done to a scheduled caste or to a underprivileged women coming from the underprivileged section of society. So they need to be sensitized. And of course, men also need to be supportive in that case.